All right, welcome to our guide. Today, we're jumping ahead to 2026 and heading to a city in Queensland, Australia. A place you think you know, but I promise you there is so much more to it. So let's dive into our guide to Toowoomba. So, the guide we're using calls it a hidden gem that's blooming with possibilities. And that phrase? It's absolutely perfect because we're about to dig in and see why this city, perched right on the edge of the Great Dividing Range, is so much more than just its famous nickname.
I mean, let's be real for a second. When I say Toowoomba, what's the first thing that pops into your head? It's probably this one, huge, spectacular festival that draws thousands upon thousands of people every single year.
Yep, you guessed it, the Carnival of Flowers. It's this world-famous event that's been going strong since 1950, and it literally takes over the entire city, turning it into this massive celebration of spring. It is without a doubt the heart of Toowoomba's identity. But here's the thing. What if I told you that beyond all those flowers and parades, there's this incredible, thriving scene of art, history, amazing food, and adventure? Well, that's the story we're going to explore today. Okay, so to really get the full picture, we have to start here, with its famous nickname, the Garden City. It's the foundation for everything, and honestly, for a very good reason. So if you're marking your calendar for 2026, the carnival kicks off on September 18th and wraps up on October 5th. But take a closer look at the schedule. It's not just about that big, iconic floral parade. You've got fun, quirky stuff like cinema under the stars, and even a paw parade for dogs. I mean, come on. This is a full-on festival that's way more than just looking at pretty flowers.
And you know what? The city lives up to that Garden City name all year round, not just during the carnival. You've got Queen's Park, which is kind of the floral epicenter. Then there's Laurel Bank Park with these magical twilight tours, the breathtaking views from Picnic Point, and the pure peacefulness of the Japanese garden. Each one is a totally different vibe. But, okay, those amazing gardens, they're really just the beautiful backdrop. Now we're going to peel back that first layer and get to the city's true soul, which is packed with color, culture, and a really rich history. And this right here, this is such a perfect example of what makes this city tick. On one hand, you have the majestic, historic Empire Theater. It's a total Art Deco masterpiece. But then you wander into these little laneways, and bam, they just explode with this world-class street art. I'm talking murals that could easily go head-to-head with what you'd find in Melbourne. It's that blend that makes it so cool. Next up, you have the Cub plus Co Museum. And look, this isn't just some dusty old collection of wagons. These are the actual horse-drawn vehicles that pretty much built Queensland. It's this incredible, direct link to the state's pioneering history.
And if you want one more little step back in time, you've got to check out the Spring Bluff Railway Station. It's this gorgeous heritage-listed spot, and in a perfect little twist, it just comes alive with these incredible flowers in the spring. See? It all ties back to the gardens. All right, get ready, because we're about to talk about what might be Toowoomba's biggest and best surprise, the food scene. No, I'm serious. This city is passionate about its food and coffee. So where do we begin? Well, how about with that universal question we all ask when we're exploring a new place? Where do I get a great cup of coffee? And once again, we see that awesome contrast at play. You have Ground Up Cafe, total local favorite, super cool laneway vibe, very industrial chic. And then on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have Cafe Valletta, which is in this stunning historic building and famous for its super elegant high tea. Two totally different worlds, both at the top of their game. Okay, but what about dinner? Now, in a city with more than 200 restaurants, what would you guess is #1 on TripAdvisor? You'd probably think, oh, it's got to be a classic Aussie pub or maybe some fancy modern Australian place, right? Well, you'd be wrong. The #1 restaurant out of 206 options is Ice and Spice, a fine dining Indian restaurant. Think about that for a second. The fact that a family-run Indian spot can claim that top prize tells you everything you need to know about how diverse and high-quality the food scene is here. It's a fantastic sign that regional cities like this are becoming serious food destinations. And trust me, it doesn't stop there. You can literally eat your way around the world here. We're talking authentic Turkish lamb, incredible Neapolitan pizza straight from a wood-fired oven, a super fun mix of Korean barbecue and Japanese food, and even a rooftop Brazilian churrasco spot. Okay, After all that eating, you're probably going to want to move a little bit, right? Well, lucky for you, Toowoomba has you covered with some awesome outdoor adventures and really unique things to do. If you're a hiker, Tabletop Mountain is an absolute must-do. It's a bit of a climb, but the reward is so worth it. You get these jaw-dropping panoramic views that just give you this amazing sense of scale and put the whole region you've been exploring right there at your feet.
Want to try something a little different? Check out bouldering at Climb Toowoomba. The whole process is super easy and accessible, even if you've never done it before. You just sign a waiver, they fit you with some climbing shoes, give you a quick safety rundown, and boom, you're on the wall. It's a great way to challenge yourself, especially if it's a rainy day.
And for something that's just completely charming and a little bit different, you can head just outside the city to Hampton Blue. I mean, spending an afternoon picking your own fresh blueberries, it's the perfect country experience, especially if you've got the family with you. Okay, so are you inspired? Feeling ready to pack your bags? Let's get into the practical stuff you'll need to actually plan that 2026 trip. First things first, where to stay. The good news is it's pretty easy. No matter what your budget looks like, you'll find something, from simple motor inns all the way up to fancy boutique apartments. But here's the #1 takeaway. If you are coming for the carnival, you have to book way in advance. Seriously. So, that brings us right back to where we started. Toowoomba really is a city where things are blooming all over the place. And I'm not just talking about in the gardens. It's in the laneways filled with art, it's in the amazing restaurants, it's at the top of a mountain looking out over the landscape. So really, the only question left is, are you ready to go and see what's blooming for yourself?